Court, you're disrupting our flow.
Oh,
I just want to send somebody.
you want beside us? You want beside me? You
No.
tell me.
I want to sit on you and look you in the face. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
All right, come on. Oh,
I'm on a Marco focus.
get off me. There you go, Luke. Court.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Okay. Okay.
We are live, y'all.
Okay.
If someone could share it, because I completely forgot,
Okay, that's great.
that would be great.
That's great. Okay.
What's he doing? Just sitting in your face?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Okay. What's up?
Don't forget to get a thumbs up when you come in.
All right, buddy. All right. No. Let's turn around.
Court, come here.
People want to talk to you, not me. Come on.
Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here, lay down. Lay down. Do you want to hug with Mama a little bit? You want to hug with Mama a little bit? Just hug with Mama a little bit.
All right.
We don't have anybody in here yet.
Well, give me a minute.
They're waiting for you, dog.
That's pretty much what it is.
I probably should share it around. What do you think, Court? You want to sniff my shirt? Did I spill popcorn on myself? I might have. I might have. Yeah, I might have. You're your puppy. Just your puppy. I'm just gonna sit here with my dog and love him like he loves me. Let's share it. Cotton Eye Joe.
Court, stop. Here.
Says no, I shall not stop.
Now.
All right.
Now.
Small YouTube homesteaders.
Oh, Copper Kettle Farms is live.
What? Fake news.
All right. I don't want top chat.
You want live chat?
Thank you very much. Oh, who is this? Bushcraft.
Bushcraft. What? I like me some bushcraft. I'm gonna do a little quick share here. We are live. Quit licking things. It's improper on the camera. How you doing, Bushcraft family? There. I posted it. How are you guys tonight? We are good. We just got finished playing some Cards with Dad. We do that on Sunday nights.
We lost.
Yeah, Dad whooped our butts. And then what else did we do? We got hay. We did like some farm stuff today. We got hay, feed. I got the ingredients to do a video tonight, which will come out probably tomorrow morning. We're going to film it tonight and enjoy eating it tonight. But then I'll put it out tomorrow. Hi, Skinner Farms. Naked Gardeners. What up, Tori? You guys aren't still driving, I assume. So Tori, I forgot to show you the video on Marco. She showed me they were driving somewhere in Texas. They've got
Snow.
6 inches of snow or something.
Where?
Where were you at, Tori?
Are you in the Panhandle?
It was a lot of snow.
Because I can believe that.
She says they made it home safe.
If it's not in the Panhandle, you're in hell.
Did I say Thursday Night Live on the thing? I probably did. I think I'm used to calling it Thursday Night Live.
Yeah, it does say Thursday Night Live. What is up with that?
Can I edit that live? Let's see. Oh, I can. Thursday Night Live on a Sunday. Sunday Night Live. Oh, what I was thinking. Glad you pointed that out. Temple, Texas. Where's that at?
Probably around Fort Hood and Dallas area.
Is your sugar low, Dad?
It's heading that way, only sure we don't want to sleep.
You want to say hi to everybody on the live on the internet?
Hi, everybody on the internet.
With that hair?
With the hair?
With the hair. Look handsome, don't I? Y'all have a good day. Court, take care of them.
That's Dad. Peaceful Home said hello. It was an instant shop. Hello. It's not Thursday. You know, honestly, I can't even keep track of the days anymore. I think a couple times last month I kept thinking Friday was Saturday. I can't do it. Yeah, I'd love to get Dad on the lives. Dad's got some stories, y'all. But he's just not into being on the internet. So maybe one day I'll get him on here. I went and picked my hog from the butcher this weekend, made a video on that and put it on a DIY. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll check that out. We're actually going to be up at least till midnight tonight, so we'll probably spend some time
Watching
videos and reading. Because we're both like,
okay.
Donald's got some new books he's going to show you guys.
Oh, you had it up there.
I'll be your Vanna White
My
reader
Vanna.
book. So we showed one of these last week.
That one.
This one. So we showed this one last week. See, Donald's really big into soil health and stuff. So he had this one last week, Teeming with Microbes, which we're really excited. Well, he's really excited. I mean, I'm excited too. But then he bought these two. So we got Teeming with Fungi.
Fungi.
And it's about the mycorrhizae, however you say that word. I don't know. Maybe you should do this because you know the freaking words. And then Teeming with Nutrients, which goes over the Organic Gardener's Guide to Optimizing Plant Nutrition. So he's going to be digesting all of these, and you're going to see some cool stuff on the channel from that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Two family, hello. Papa Z, Stacy, you're about to drive, but you'll listen. Mark me later and let us know how far away y'all are from Hanover. Hanover, Pennsylvania? Because it's like literally 25, 30 minutes away. What did she say? Ugh, don't. I'm on my phone, so can't tag. When does movie night start? Are you talking about the Breakfast Club movie night? Yeah, we were going to do that at some point.
Movie night. What's movie night?
Well, Jason really likes some song from Breakfast Club, and we were talking about we should have a Breakfast Club movie night with the people on Marco. So I think that would be fun.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. What else we got going on? So I bought the herbal course last week. I don't remember if I mentioned it in last week's live, but the Rosemary Gladstar course. I went ahead. Hello, Auntie. My name is Eric. Hi, Eric. So I went ahead and bought it. And you might have seen on our Instagram or Facebook, I started putting together a book to start storing the herb knowledge in from the class. So I've already kind of got some stuff in here, the table of contents and stuff. And I'm putting together my little Materia Medica, which is basically like your grimoire or lore of your herbs together. So I'm really excited about putting that together and eventually maybe turning it into a book or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. In video description. Is it in the video? What's in the video description?
See, this is what happens when you're not listening to me.
Yeah, well, I'm not paying attention to you because you're right freaking here. I'm paying attention to them.
No, they were talking about link the books in the description.
Oh, okay.
And I said, give me about an hour. I can figure that out.
Yeah.
First, actually said in the comments below, and I said, give me about an hour. And then she said, well, if you just put it in the description. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description. And we'll do it with our affiliate link so that we can possibly get some affiliate stuff. Should I take a soil sample to the soil and water company or buy a test kit and do it myself. I mean, you can do, they have at-home test kits. Depends on what you're looking for, I guess.
Yeah, I told them you can get a small, simple kit on the Jeep.
Out of Goshen or Goshen?
Out of Goshen.
Oh, that's a cool name. And hello.
Oh, there. Okay. How's it what?
Let's see what else has been going on. Not really a lot. This week was kind of a blur. It felt like. I feel like our last live was yesterday. Let's put it that way.
Was it not?
It feels like it. I tell you. We did get the stimulus, and we've already spent the $600. Well, almost all of it, getting his car fixed. So his car's good to go. That's his main commuter, so that's a good thing. I am 6 years old, by the way. See, I don't know if I could type that well at 6 years old. We've done home soil kits. They're super easy. Okay. We do have some soil kits here. We have not taken samples yet, but we bought some, so we're going to try that this year too. But I'm trying to think of what else we got going on. Not a whole lot. We're just focusing on study and planning for the studio delivery and the greenhouse. That's it. We're going to pick up some more cinder blocks for the greenhouse tomorrow and measure out how many cinder blocks we're going to need. And then I think the goal is to get the greenhouse up by mid-March, maybe April at the latest. And I just realized I have to actually, I'm probably going to have to pay someone to come in and put a shed pad. What is that what they're called? Like a, yeah, like a pad with rocks and like flattened out, like graded for my studio that's being delivered. I hadn't thought about that, but I guess that's something I'm going to have to do. I have a small cooking channel. I tell you what, I like some cooking channels. Mama Z's got a good one. Mama Z, if you want to put your link below.
Yeah, Mama Z.
That would be awesome.
We already got a downvote.
A downvote. Well, haters gonna hate. There's a lot of hate going on this week. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the good stuff. Doing new raised beds this year, and I'm curious on what I have to put in it dirt-wise. I want to test what I need to do with them. Donald has some knowledge about minerals and what plants need that he can probably share because it's pretty interesting. Zen Ancient Shop says, have a good night. Any Fuel from the Fuel Homestead is going, Amy Fuel, okay. It's going to be having a workshop on the 18th on my yeah, I did see her workshop, but I didn't see it until after I had already purchased Rosemary Gladstar. So let me know how that one is if you take it. Because honestly, I don't plan to just stick with one. Once I'm done Rosemary's, which I suspect I'm going to take the year to complete it, I'm going to start the Chestnut School of Medicine. And what's cool about it is the Naked Gardeners and Yellow Rose Homestead, who's Stacy, if she's still in here, she's driving, but we're all three taking it together. So we're going to be study buddies. Yeah, I think you and Sid would get along really well if Sid's a soil nerd like you are.
Yeah.
And then Tori and I are going to be herb nerds together. So it's like we're double dating. Oh, okay. He's followed you for a while. That's cool. Quit licking yourself. It's weird on camera. I'll have to check out your channel, Eric. I will do that after the live for sure. Never enough time. Hello. Mushrooms. Yeah, we do mushroom soil and then we put hay or wood chips. I like the hay better than wood chips because I constantly walk through the garden barefoot. Like in the summertime, you most likely will not catch me in shoes at home. Like I have to obviously out in public, but the wood chips are hard on my feet. So the hay's easier. So we're kind of switching to that.
Yeah.
I plan to just keep learning until I die. Yeah, pretty much. Me too. It's a never-ending process. Once you stop learning, it's kind of like, well, what are you doing then? I'd be bored. It's a lot cheaper now. It's $95, and then on the 18th, it goes up to $120. Okay. Yeah, the one from Rosemary Gladstar is on sale to the 15th. I think it's $2.95, and then I think it goes up to $4 something. So, hey, Kat from 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎, Forge and Farm. I just saw you put out a new goat short today. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to check it out. If you're on Facebook, Donald, I'm there, Skinner Forums or Josh Skinner. Yeah, he's on there. He's on there to pick on me.
Yeah, I usually post just memes.
He really does. He's not active. He just posts funny stuff and then reacts to my stuff. I'm the one that posts constantly. And we're pretty active on, I guess, Instagram, Twitter some. I don't think we're anywhere else. But trying to utilize the community tab. I don't know if you guys saw on our community tab. I posted today, actually, the sample of the Materia Medica, the herb lore that I'm putting together the visual of. I'm trying to make it kind of look like an old herbal manuscript from like the medieval age. So I found it's a font that I think was actually used on the Declaration of Independence. I think they took the handwriting from that and turned it into a font. So it's like an old style looking graphic, but it gives you a glimpse of what I'm putting together for the herbal courses. And I'm thinking I might actually, once I'm done putting it all together, which is probably gonna take a year or two, I might sell it. We'll see.
And it's looking pretty swank.
It is pretty swank. If you check out our community tab, it really Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, or the community tab, it's on all of them. So.
What?
How's the hiccup?
I do that every time too. What?
What?
What'd you say?
And then tomorrow we're putting out a video. The one I was talking about earlier that I'm going to film tonight, and we're going to eat it tonight, on a homemade cheese ball. It's technically supposed to be a part of Two Families holiday collaboration that I'm doing post-holiday. And it's really good. It is honestly hands down my favorite cheese ball recipe ever. Because you get those ones in the store or like the packs with the beef and the sausage, and they're really dry. It's like a dry cheese. And I don't like that.
It's up there for me. It's tied for number one.
With your grandmother's recipe.
Naturally.
His grandmother does make a really good one. I like mine better. I think she puts bacon in hers though, and I do like bacon. But I think mine's really good. So.
Yours is plus they're two different types. Yours is a very soft.
Mine's very soft, really good for crackers.
And hers is like a log that you have to slice.
And it's very easy. It's like 4 ingredients mixed together, and you'll see. It's really good. You just roll it in nuts. Let's see. And by the way, Stacy, since you're still listening, we are actually going to be in Hanover tomorrow getting groceries. I don't know when you guys are going to be there, but. Mark, hey.
She hasn't. That's right.
I totally missed your live today, but I kind of hopped on afterwards. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you. How are you doing? Mark's the one that tagged us in the good and bad and the ugly video. Rolling Homestead. Did we ever do that video? I don't think we did. That might be on our list then too, so we can get that done. There was a whole lot of bad though. Like our whole garden failed.
Ours is pretty much the bad.
Yeah. I mean there were some good, like our
I'll say this right here.
Sweet potatoes did all right.
Sweet potatoes did all right. I'm gonna call lessons learned good. Like I'm not doing potato towers.
Yes.
That was a good lesson to learn.
And we need to do more with rain catchment.
Yeah. I mean, we're working on that.
Hi, Howie from Food Forest Permaculture. Yeah, bacon does win, but I still like my cheese ball. Yeah, 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎 Forge and Farm is a really cool channel. Kat and Denny from their channel, I feel like are a lot like Donald and I, because one, it's C and D and then C and D with our names, but two, they have goats, which we have goats. Dennis is into gaming. Donald's into gaming. Now, Dennis also makes really cool knives. which is the forge part. So he has a website for it. He's also plays music, and I play music. He likes metal, and I like metal. Like there's just a really good relationship potential there. Mark says we are good. Just ran a test to make sure we are good to go. Nice. Yeah, our goats are doing pretty good. Blue's doing a lot better. I still want to put a video together once I have enough footage to show you guys the orc that I was talking about last week that he got. I mean, his whole chin just looked like a cracked, bloody, burnt mess, which is what it looks like. But it's shrunken by at least half, if not more, since then. So I think he's had it for what now? 3 weeks to a month. It takes 6 to 8 weeks before it's completely gone. So he's looking a lot better. Bushcraft wants to know what games you play. You can say it instead of typing it, since we're live.
Yeah, I can say that. I play. What games do I play?
You play Call of Duty.
Do I play? I play Call of Duty.
You play stuff on your phone that I don't know.
I play stuff on my phone just because the Xbox isn't even set up yet, or right now.
Yeah. I like playing Call of Duty too, but I came from Counter-Strike on the PC. I'm a big Counter-Strike nerd.
Yeah, usually I just mess around. Call of Duty, Skyrim, still.
I do like Skyrim. I have not played it.
I do want to play it, and I'm going to blame the Mandalorian for this. But I'm going to get back into the Star Wars games.
When we have time.
When we have time.
We never have time.
So
I'll actually play Among Us late at night if I need like a mental break. A bunch of friends and I will get on. But I'll still play on my phone and play Among Us. I really dig that game. But we actually met on a video game. That's how we met. I know the dog. I've already subscribed to you. I watch your videos. Okay. Need to get back to making videos. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Since we had some viral shorts, we've kind of decided we're going to start taking it more seriously now. I mean, we're still going to be experimental because a lot of people have issues with shorts or concerns about shorts, and we're not worried about how it affects our channel. Like, it's done really well for our channel, but I'm not worried about my analytics right now because we're not monetized. I'm just worried about, all right, well, now getting used to putting out quality content, and then I'll start paying attention to our analytics and growth and stuff. Like we hit 3 million watches or views this morning, which, I mean, there's channels that have been around for a long time that don't have that much, but we don't get any credit for that. Like, there's no monetization from shorts, and it's all from shorts. People still comment constantly on those shorts. I was actually up till 4 a.m. last night just responding out of fun. I couldn't get to sleep. So I just people start, like, they insult us, and I'll just, like, I go right head to head with them. I wish we could go in with a group of neighbors we like on 100 acres. Yeah, that's what I would love. 100 acres would be perfect. 100 acres off grid, except for, like, I will need internet for my business. And away from people would be great. And I think we're going to hit 8,000 subs soon. I think we're almost there. So we do need to have to start taking it seriously. My own Skyrim 100. Yes. My ultimate goal is to have 100 acres in Pennsylvania because we like Pennsylvania. We like the laws here, the homesteading. We like the atmosphere. The buildings are really old here, historic. 100 acres in Pennsylvania, wooded. We want some kind of water source on the property. We have one here, which is great. We're actually going to keep this property if we do buy a new farm and rent it out.
And we want the hall.
And we want a meat hall. We want a barn for livestock, but we're going to build an Anglo-Saxon meat hall. And that's going to be where we have events and stuff that we're not going to talk about on the channel. That said, we were thinking about, well, what would we do with this property? But honestly, I'd probably turn it, because it is zoned as mixed use, into some form of a business property. Because, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to plant so much stuff like a food forest and then leave it. And someone else is just going to dig it all up and turn it into a lawn again. Like if I'm going to plant all of this stuff, I want to keep it and nourish it and utilize it. So I rent it out maybe, but I don't want to, I'm not going to sell it. We do need to get me watch hours. I think we need like 1,600 watch hours last I checked, something like that. So if you guys feel like getting us watch hours, just running the channel, we have a playlist that's all of our videos, including our lives.
Plus, we're going to be adding more videos to help out.
Yeah, we're going to add more videos. We thought about, we had this cool garden game. We've done a video out already showing how to play this garden game that we have. And it's a very educational game. Like we were reading the cards and showing this is what they recommend for this and this. We thought about live streaming us playing this game, but I don't know if anybody would watch it.
If what?
If anybody would watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Away from people is our entire motivation. Yes. Away from people except the people that you like. Like I would love to be closer to like Big Bear Homestead or Yellow Rose Homestead or the Naked Gardeners within driving distance, you know, and Naturally NC and Mama Z, but yeah. You need like 600 hours? Okay. He'll get there eventually, Skinner Farms. We're
slowly chipping at it.
We're chipping at it.
Yep.
I'm not in a rush. My business has been blowing up lately. I've got so many requests for proposals, which remind me I gotta respond to some of them tonight. No, we figured you were already gonna be living where we're at, Texas or Georgia, 2-family. And you guys were moving anyway, because I've been looking for houses for you. So finally him after 27 hours. Wow.
We got an error.
Take care, Naked Gardener. Well, I still see us here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh.
Maybe
I need to fix
maybe
this.
you need to refresh your stuff. Mama Stacy's talking to us. Did we error out? Let me pull me up on my phone. No, it's still playing on the phone. Hello from East Texas. Where in East Texas, Lion Star? Because that's where Donald's from.
Northeast Texas.
Yeah, he's in Northeast Texas. Yeah, that's just you. You're looking in the 100K and over. We're totally Edward. Hey, I found some that were under 100K. I'm just saying. Now, some of them are probably fixer-uppers, but Susan, Mom, yes, I would be nice to live by a prepper. Yeah. 20 minutes from Cincinnati. There you go. I'm trying to think of how far we are from the Ohio border. Like when we drive to Madison, Ohio once a year, it takes like 7 hours to get there.
I was going to say, we're what, 5 hours?
Well, we're 3 hours from Pittsburgh. So however long Pittsburgh is from the Ohio border. It probably takes us 5 hours to get to Ohio from here. Did Lone Star say where they were from in Texas?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Skinner Farms is in Indiana. Okay. Working on the original 1,000 acres. That would be nice. Bushcraft's in the middle of Ohio. There you go. Yeah, we probably could. We'll have to plan something.
Working on the original 1,000 acres.
That would be nice. 1,000 acres. We were honestly checking around to different states to see pricing. And I think the states we were looking at was like Wyoming, Montana, Texas, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, West Virginia, I think. But then, I mean, there's certain laws that we're really passionate about, like decent respect for the Second Amendment laws, and then raw milk, homesteading laws.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were looking at the homes. And the more you move west, the newer the homes are, because, you know, obviously we settled on the East Coast and people migrated to California. They migrated across the country. So homes in California, there are probably a couple old ones, but most of your old ones are going to be along the East Coast. We love the architecture of the older pioneer homes and the 1700s and 1800s. So Pennsylvania is just it. It's just really nice here. I don't know why people, I guess because it's expensive here. People don't really think of Pennsylvania as a homesteading state, but it actually really is. And it's one of the top dairy states in the country. Quit trying to keep up with the conversation. Sorry, Stacy. You drive safe. Mark says, I would like to move south, but all the snow is south. And this year we only have 2 inches. Yeah, we had one big snow.
So far.
Which was, what did we count? 15 inches?
I think it's about 15 inches.
15 inches. When was that? It was sometime in December, I think.
Yeah.
And we might get a little bit of a wintry mix on Monday of next week, not tomorrow. I like the snow, personally. I like having all 4 seasons. I think that's why I like living on this level of the United States, where you're not too far north or south. You're kind of like that middle bar because you get all 4 seasons. Full Circle is from north central Ohio Amish country. Nice. We're actually near the Pennsylvania Dutch Amish country, which is Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's about 1.5 hours, 2 hours away.
Yeah.
When we go to the PA Ren Fair over in, is that Manheim, PA?
Manheim.
We drive past a lot of Amish farms. Usually by now we get 2 to 5 feet. Okay.
Good Lord.
Not all at once. Well, maybe they did all at once. Because you're in what, Wisconsin? Your sister's in Wisconsin, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's up Champaign-Urbana, I think.
That's Illinois, right?
No, that's Wisconsin. I think she's like 2 hours or so away from
Champaign-Urbana is in Illinois.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's where Journaling used to live.
Well, maybe she's near there. Because I know she
Yeah,
talks
because
about
I think that's on the corner there or something. I don't know.
Let me do this
Google
research here.
You traveled today to visit 𝙒𝙖𝙔𝙎. Jess. Nice. I like her. Yeah, let's talk meetups and festivals and stuff. I don't know who's all having festivals. I know that we have already got our tickets for 2021 HOA because we couldn't go last year, so we just rolled them over. So our goal in October is to be at HOA. We were there last year. That's actually what inspired us to even start the channel. Because we're walking through this festival and everybody's got these tripods and their cameras and they're talking to each other. Everybody already knew each other. And Donald and I are looking at each other like, I don't know any of these people. How do they know each other? And then we kind of like, well, there's a community here. Can we be a part of the community? Let's find out. So we started a channel and we did a search and found some people. And it just kind of spiraled from there. And now we have all you wonderful friends.
I think she's in Madison.
Who?
Laura.
Okay. TNS, hello. They were at the New Year's Live. We were playing Cards Against Humanity online.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Two Family won't be live streaming from HOA this year. But there will still be a lot of filming, if it even happens. I hope that it does. I would like to go to the Homestead. What's the one Doug and Stacy put on? Homestead Life Conference?
Sure.
Jason said that one is really educational.
Is it?
So we're going to try to go to that one. I think that one's in Missouri. I wonder how far Missouri is from here. I was in St. Louis once when I was younger, but I don't remember. I think I flew there, so. Hi, CJM. And then there's, what, the Bayou Bash.
Life conference. What is that?
Homesteading Life Conference. First Sunday, Monday in August, so we'll have to plan for that. Winter mix coming through. Yeah, you guys are getting a weird winter thing down there in Texas. There's only one time. Well, we were in Texas once where we flew in and it was like 70 degrees. And this was for Christmas one year.
Yes.
And the very next day it was like 4 inches of snow. And Donald said I brought it with me from Pennsylvania. But there were so many accidents. Like,
it was like,
I don't think Texans know.
Before that, in that area, it was like 10 years before we got really snow.
Yeah.
I mean, we got ice, but that was it.
There's probably a lot of accidents going on right now then. We are from Shreve. Okay. HOAs in Virginia. Yes. HOAs in Virginia. That's in Front Royal, Virginia, which is only like 2 hours from us, which is why we're definitely going because it's the closest one. Missouri, I have no idea how long that takes to get there.
Where?
Missouri. We're in Missouri.
750 miles.
Is it? It's okay, I see it. 750 miles. Takes 1,200 to get to Texas. Is that right?
1,200 what?
Miles.
Oh, I don't know about miles. I know it takes.
Or is it 2,000 miles?
Drive time, it was like 20-something hours.
Yeah. So that's definitely a day trip to Missouri then. Just to drive it.
Well, yeah, I think the actual drive time is 18 hours. But with stops and everything, it's like 22, I think.
And Missouri's not too much further. Or too much this way from Texas. That's another hiccup, sorry. Hannibal, Missouri. Okay. I'd really like to go to the Broussards one because I've never been to Louisiana. And actually, Deep South's in Louisiana too, aren't they? Two Family would know. She's a moderator there. Thanks for stopping by, Full Circle. Friend is buying a house and farm in Angelic, New York. Nice. New York's about 5 hours north of us, I think. New York's a pretty state. Honestly, I don't know about the laws there because we didn't look there, but if you get to Western New York, it is so pretty there. I don't care what anybody says about New York City. Like New York City's the armpit of New York State, and it's right on the border of Jersey and Pennsylvania. Like, can you really count that as New York State? You know what I'm saying? Deep South meetup is in Wiggins, Mississippi. Okay. Wiggins. I wonder where that's at. I'll have to ask Orion Tatos because he's in Mississippi, like southeast Mississippi or something. He might know where that's at. Taxes are high in New York. Any northeastern state's going to have high taxes, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind moving to like Vermont or New Hampshire. It is gorgeous in those states, but
Where was HOA at?
Front Royal, Virginia.
Front Royal, Virginia. Okay.
Yeah. Virginia is very pretty. I don't like the gun laws in Virginia. I don't like the raw milk laws in Virginia. I would love Eastern Tennessee, to be quite honest, Knoxville, Bristol area. But I don't think Tennessee allows the consumption or selling of raw milk either. So that's one of my big sticklers is the ability to have certain homesteading laws that are important to us. So,
which is why PA was a big choice.
PA is so good, you guys. Southern Blessed, hello. I want to move to Florida so I don't have to snow anymore. Yeah, but then you got Florida man.
Right.
And alligators. And I don't want to be anywhere near Florida man or alligators. Or I remember I took a 36-hour bus ride from Frederick, Maryland to Biloxi, Mississippi once. And I was miserable. It was like when I was 18. And as soon as I got off the bus, it was flying cockroaches everywhere. It was disgusting. And then it was right on the water. Like I could walk to the water where the casino, they'd like the floating casinos in Biloxi or whatever. And the water was so dirty. And I think it's because it's that lip in Louisiana where the boot comes down. So it's just like that crevice of just grossness. And I'm not even sure. Maybe that's where the Mississippi spills through. I don't know. But the water was black. I was not impressed with Biloxi, Mississippi at all. Florida gets snow? Like northern, like Panhandle, Florida? Like
Probably Panhandle, Florida.
Pensacola or... Do you see what I say about Texas? You can buy raw milk in Texas. Okay. She's trying to get us to move to Texas. Texas isn't off the menu. It's just Pennsylvania, to me, has a lot more to it for me. And maybe it's just because what I've seen in Texas and Texarkana just wasn't impressive at all.
Well, it wouldn't be Texarkana.
Well, if we want to be near your family at all.
If you're in Texas, you're near somebody. Because that's how it is. That's what I've learned from the difference from Texas to here. Here, it's nothing to drive 45 minutes or whatever to go someplace.
Yeah, we're used to that.
Texas, it's almost like you have to make a day trip if you want to go somewhere other than, like, let me rephrase it, in Texarkana. Like, because Texarkana, 2 hours to Little Rock, about an hour to Shreveport, about 3 hours to Dallas, and then about 6 to 7 hours to Houston.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing to be like, you want to go to Dallas? Yeah, we can do Dallas today, do a day trip in Dallas.
Yeah.
But here, a lot of people are like, oh, that's an hour away. I ain't driving that far.
Hey, Hannah. Sean in Alaska. Woo. I honestly don't mind the cold. And I don't mind, like, to me, I mean, I grew up in Maryland. I grew up 30 minutes from here. So this is nothing. I'm used to this. But I would miss certain things. I do miss the snow and how quiet it gets when it snows. I would miss having a wood stove and like the heat that compensates for how cold it, like there's just, I don't know, there's something special about that. I would like the longer growing season. I wouldn't like 113-degree weather though. That one time we went down for Labor Day weekend, that was stupid.
Yeah, well, that's...
Tina says, we don't get snow in our area of Northern California, but I would never tell anyone to move here. Yeah, California's a state I don't think I'd want to move to. I bet you don't miss shoveling that driveway. Yeah. We actually paid someone to come shovel it or plow it this year. Usually we start up the John Deere, but the John Deere's older than my dad. It probably should be retired. It's a 1947 Model A John Deere. It's a nice tractor. It's a classic. Kaylee? That's a pretty name. Hi, Kaylee. We're doing well. We're just finishing up, spending some time with Dad this evening, and we're going to stay up tonight and do a little bit of study and stuff after our live tonight.
Watch some videos.
Yeah, watch some of you guys' videos. Like I missed Mama Z's live this morning. What'd you cook this morning, Mama Z, on your live? I like her morning lives on Saturdays because they always make me hungry.
It wasn't this morning. Today's Sunday.
Oh, it was yesterday morning. Yeah. Why are we thinking? See?
You're way off today. Thursday, Saturday. What is going on?
I married you.
What the hell is happening?
Yeah. What else we got going on this week? So we had an inspection done on the house because we had a leaky ceiling in the living room. So the second floor, somehow water was getting down to the dining room over there and water was leaking through. So we had an inspector come out and this was the second inspection. Public adjuster came and everything. And we did get notification that our roof, the entire roof, has now been approved to be replaced. So we are getting a brand new roof on our house, completely covered by insurance. And they're doing the fixes to like some of
The leak damage.
what was this called again? The ceiling? It's not
Plaster.
the plaster ceiling. So all of that is getting fixed and we don't have to pay for any of it. So I'm really excited about that. If there's any money left over from that, we might actually have them do a little more work on the house as well, which I'm excited for. But new roof means
New roof?
upping, well, it means new roof. It means no more leaks. It means upping the value of the home. And possibly now we'll be able to have solar panels. We couldn't before because I was afraid to put solar panels on the roof. I was afraid it would break the roof. So we might look into getting solar soon. Well, not soon, but because it's all about money. I have to go to school. Go to school at 9:45 at night. I wonder what time zone she's in then. TJ Miller. Hello. I see him a lot on Big Bear's Live. Where is Big Bear anyway? Your friend lives in Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee's a pretty state. We love driving through Tennessee when we go to Texas because we go straight from Bristol to Memphis. I mean, straight across the entire state, 40 all the way. And once you hit Little Rock, it turns into 30, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just so pretty.
Well,
Eastern Tennessee more than anything. Western Tennessee's kind of flat.
Yeah, 30 starts around like the, what do you call it?
Yeah.
That way?
And Arkansas is flat.
Yeah, Arkansas, especially Eastern Arkansas?
Yeah, eastern, southern Arkansas. Like once you get to the Ozarks, it's not. But man,
East, yeah. From Memphis to
you can
Little
see
Rock?
for miles.
Yeah, it's flat.
Them folks are family. Yeah, they are. He's dealing with teenagers. Is he still painting that wall? Going to bed? Okay, no problem. Oh.
Can you pick metal for it, or is it going to be just the shingles?
I don't know. I'll talk to the roofer.
Yeah.
They actually have metal roofing now that looks like shingles. And so we'll see. I'm going to get a quote from roofers for it to see what value we can get. I'd like to go with the one that we were talking to, but I got to get a quote. But yeah, new roof, all paid for. Shed's going to be delivered on the 15th of February. I did get confirmation on a day, barring any supply issues, like wood. As long as they can get all the wood they need to build it, it should be here on the 15th, which means I'll film the delivery of it and give you guys a tour, but the end of February, I will be fully moved home. My office, I'm going to take my downtown office and move everything home and work in a studio. And if the other stimulus comes, which I have no idea whether that's coming, like the 2,000, it would be an extra, what? 1,400. Then what did we decide we were going to spend that on? We were going to...
Like 90 things.
There was 3 things. It was $1,000 in emergency savings.
Oh, the camera.
The camera, and then what was the other amount for? It was in G-Chat.
I think it was a truck.
It might have been getting the truck fixed. But we're going to buy a new camera if we get that stimulus. So I've actually been watching 2 or 3 channels that I've absolutely love how they do their videos. It's more artsy than what most of us homesteaders do, but I think I kind of want to go with that vibe with our channel moving forward. Sorry. So you're going to see a lot more artistic stuff if we get that stimulus, because I've been wanting a DSLR, and I'm going to go with the DSLR. I know a lot of people want to go with mirrorless, and I do want a mirrorless camera, but they're way more expensive. So we have a limited fund to use. Texarkana, Texas, or Arkansas. She knows. Well, it's technically a twin city, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Texarkana, Texas. For the most part. I was born in Houston, lived all over Texas. Born in Houston, Galveston, lived in Dallas, Odessa, so western Texas.
Yeah.
Texarkana.
I was looking to see.
Mainly around Texarkana, though, for the majority. Texarkana, what are the small ones? New Boston, Wake Village, Nash. Yeah.
I was trying to find the discussion where we were talking about what we were going to spend that on.
The Dust Bowl of Texas, definitely. Yeah, there wasn't much in Odessa.
Yeah, I'll have to look this up later.
Yeah, it's not that big of an issue.
Well, it's an issue for me. Eventually, we wanted to get a drone too, but there's not really a whole lot to do on this property with it.
Yeah, that's
Pole bar metal is what we use around mainly.
Conroe. That's North Houston, right?
Yeah, she said she's what? You're 85 miles north of Houston, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Conroe. I know Conway, Arkansas, and Twitty, Arkansas, because that's where Conway and Twitty got his name, or Twitty, Texas.
Twitty, Texas, yeah.
Conway Twitty got his name from that. You guys have to see this puppy real quick. Hold on. Look at that face. Isn't that cute? I love that dog. I love that dog. He burnt his neck the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's all scabby now. The metal stringers are pretty expensive. Yeah, the last quote I got for the roof replacement was like $4,300 to $4,500, which leaves probably another $4,000, $3,500 to do the other repairs. And this is a client that would be doing it. So I know they're going to give me a good deal and a decent deal because I did their website. I do their hosting. I do some of their marketing. So what?
Papa Z said they're 35 miles north. Mama Z said they're 30. I was like, well, which is it?
I always thought it was 85. I don't know why I thought
Well,
that.
85 from the coast of Galveston.
Oh. We would like to go to Texas sometime and do like a 2-week tour, like go to different cities and stuff. But Houston and Conroe are not on that list. I think the biggest city that would be on that list would be San Antonio, of where we were looking, because we don't want to do like the big touristy stuff. We kind of want to do small town Texas visiting.
Decatur. Decatur sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. Where in Texas is that?
Google Maps.
Why don't you Google map it?
I already got this one. Oh.
He's looking it up. So, as far as this week, there's really not a lot going on this week. I mean, we're about to spread a bunch of hay on the garden and kind of just roofed out the entire garden.
Okay, it's Northwest Dallas.
Okay. And we might actually put a call out to some friends to see if anybody wants to come over and help spread hay, because it's a lot.
I've never been there, Decatur. But I've been quite a few places around Dallas.
Just get the mortgage a month ahead.
Was it?
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
With the stimulus. It was bothering me. I had to figure it out. Then you have to tell us where you're going to be, and we'll have to meet up with you guys. Yeah, I had a list. Google had this app, and I think they discontinued it. It was called My Maps, and it let you create maps of locations that you wanted to go. Let me see if it's still up. But you can like set predestined locations. So yes, my Texas trip, we'll go over it real quick. So here you can see the map pins of all over Texas where I wanted to go based off of just checking out what people were talking about as cool, unique parts of Texas. So let's take a look at all of these, if it lets me. All right, so we were going to start in Texarkana because that's where his family is. We were going to go to Waco because I'm a huge Fixer Upper fan, but I also like the idea of the San Antonio Riverwalk, which is not that far from Waco. But yes, I'm going to go visit Magnolia Place in Waco. That's my only big touristy part. We were going to go to El Paso. I forget why. I think we were going to go to El Paso simply for visiting the most left part of Texas or something. There's probably stuff there I'd want to see. But then we were kind of talking about not doing it because there's a lot of crime syndicates there too, right?
Not really crime syndicates. It's just the I can't remember what the city's called. It's not Tijuana. What's it called?
So El Paso, Canyon, Texas. I forget why we were going to go there.
Juarez. It's because of Juarez is a very high kidnapping.
Yeah, I don't want to get kidnapped. Let's put it that way. Marfa, Texas, San Antonio, Luckenbach, Texas, Abilene, Terlingua, Lockhart, Bandera, and we wanted to visit the Alamo, which I understand is in a very urban area, I think now. I don't think it's like, I think the Alamo is that they built around it or whatever, but I'd like to see it. That's probably, I guess, another big touristy area.
I would say that's probably the biggest touristy thing there.
Well, that and Waco. Well, yeah, I guess if you're just talking about there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there may be other places we want to visit, but those are the ones that I had saved for places I would like to visit in Texas. I will probably modify that.
Yeah, she definitely went Like we're just talking about it one day, and then she goes, "Oh, by the way, here's the itinerary of what it would be."
Well, it's 2016. It said the last time I edited it,
Yeah.
so it's been like 4 years since I was talking about this. But I would like to do it.
Ryan the Gamer.
Now, I would like to see if there's other low-key, unique places in Texas that aren't big and touristy to add to the list. But I might have to just ask people's opinions on what those are, because this research was all done on Google and people's travel blogs and stuff. So I don't know whether that stuff's accurate. Hey, Mindful Homestead and Fleetwood Patch. I know there's like this place in Texas where they buried a bunch of Cadillac cars, so they're straight up and they're painted or something. And apparently that's just some weird random place in Texas. And I know one of these towns that we wanted to visit, it's supposed to be like a very small cowboy town or something, like extremely small, but it's known for just cowboys. I'm like, well, I'd like to go there and
Oh, there you
check
go.
it out.
Cadillac Ranch.
Cadillac Ranch. Mindful Homestead knows. Yeah. I kind of want to see that. There's got to be other places that are just, I don't know, small town points of interest in Texas that I can add to the list. Hell, like I'm trying to think of small town aspects of Pennsylvania.
Well, no, I want to say, I'm not sure if it's still there. Jefferson City has an old historic fudge shop.
Fudge shop. Well, I think one of these towns that I had listed, Marfa, Texas, was supposed to be like there's regular UFO or strange lighting occurrences there or something that they're known for. It was weird. I don't know. I think that's probably why I added it to the list. Does that sound a little crazy? Amarillo is where the car graveyard is. Okay, so maybe that's why I added Amarillo to the list then. I think I added Abilene just from the country song and 𝙒�モ𝑏𝑎, Texas. 𝙒𝘒𝑏𝑎, Texas. Do. You know that song?
Well, Amarillo's a country song too.
Is it?
Amarillo by morning.
Oh yeah, that's George Strait, right?
Yep.
And then Abilene. Is that something like prettiest something I've ever seen? I forget how it goes. My dad brought me up on a lot of that old country, but I don't remember all of
The
it.
Martha Lights.
Conrad Homestead. Hello from Kentucky. You don't get a lot of people from Kentucky. I mean, I guess Stringfield and are the Stivers in Kentucky? I don't remember anything ever. The Martha Lights. Ryan says the Martha Lights. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Mindful says, I hear this some really cool towns on the Gulf that aren't huge tourist traps. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in for sure. Isn't it Brownsville's the most southern point of Texas?
I think so.
Yeah, that would be cool. But again, I don't want to be any place where they're known for kidnapping.
Yeah.
So that worries me. Hello, I'm sorry, can't stay. Early rise, head to bed. Just here to give a thumbs up and leave a comment. Thank you, Backwoods Barbarian.
Well, I don't know how bad Brownsville is. I just know El Paso's bad because of Juarez.
Yeah. Juarez just sounds bad. It sounds like war. Yeah, Backwoods Barbarian had a live the other day, yesterday, I think, that I was on, where he just was having coffee out in the middle of the woods in the snow. And I'm like, well, that's cool.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
I wanted some
Ryan
coffee.
says, I'm from Eastern North Carolina, home of Pepsi. Nice. I'm in Pennsylvania, home of chocolate. Home of Hershey. Hershey's about 2 hours from us. York, Pennsylvania, where they made the York Peppermint Patty,
45 minutes.
is 45 minutes away. There's a third chocolate here. It was a chocolate, I want to say, who knows some of the old candies? It's a molasses chocolate square. Something Chews. Apparently, Charleston Chews, I think is what it's called.
Chew.
I want to say they were based out of Pennsylvania, and they're an old candy from like the 1800s that apparently they developed it to give to the military to have something to get energy when they were out in the wilderness. I want to say Charleston Chews. Yeah, but yeah, I think they are Charleston, like peanut chews or something. But they had, Yeah, I think it has nugget and molasses and peanuts or something.
All right, Google.
You're going to Google it. But I think they were developed as a military snack to give them certain energy or something when they were in the wilderness. From what I read, I think I read it on the bar.
Chocolate Charlie candy. No.
Charleston.
No.
I like it though. I like molasses flavored stuff.
Apparently there's 8 from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania likes their chocolate. That's why we're all fat. Hat Creek said, we want to go to Gettysburg. My husband is obsessed with Civil War stuff. We had planned a huge vacation to D.C. Yeah, Gettysburg's really pretty. I grew up in Westminster, Maryland, which is 30 minutes from here. They never once took us to Gettysburg. They took us to D.C. for like the Smithsonian and the Baltimore Zoo and the National Zoo. But I never understood. I never knew Gettysburg was 30 minutes away until I moved here. I feel like I kind of got shafted a little bit not coming here in school. Hey, Quebec Homestead, how are your hands doing anyway? And your back, because you were having some back issues too from your chair, right? Pete's Little Homestead to the Google machine, right? Lifesavers has a similar story. That doesn't surprise me. Gatorade has a similar story for sports. Like a mom developed Gatorade for her son's sports team or something, and now it's this huge brand. And isn't SpongeBob SquarePants, wasn't he developed by a student teacher to get her kids to learn or something? See, anybody can make anything $1 million. You find a problem and you solve it. The DJ revolves it.
This says Charleston Chews came from Cambridge.
Maybe it's another molasses chew.
History of candy making in Cambridge, Missouri. Or MA. What is MA? Maine?
MA.
It's not
Missouri's MO.
Mississippi's MS.
MS. So maybe it is Maine.
What is ME?
Shoot.
Is MA Massachusetts?
It might be Massachusetts. Yeah, I think MA is Massachusetts, and the ME I think is Maine.
There you go.
I'm doing voice to text because I can't type, and yes, I need a new desk chair. All this carpet tunnel. Oh, wow. Girl, I feel for you. Hey, Bomber Steve and Lori Firefly Farm. Gatorade was designed for the Florida Gators football team. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was for sports, but I think it was like a mom that developed it, right? Live about an hour from Wilson's Creek in Springfield, Missouri. We have been there and to Vicksburg. Gatorade was developed by the scientists. Oh, so it wasn't a mom. Where did I get the idea of it was a mom?
What, Gatorade?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly the story was for
Was that an urban legend that I just got
Florida Gators? And it was a drink for the Florida Gators, and because it was Gatorade. Like it aided the Gators. Aided.
So ignore the mom stuff then. Apparently that was completely wrong. Massachusetts. Okay. Waco is fun. We are 2 hours from there. I'd like to go to Waco. I tell you what, when I was 13 is when the whole Waco thing happened. And I remember, I mean, you're talking like 5th or 6th grade. I remember Waco being a name that was on everybody's tongues a lot when I was 13. But I never knew anything about it. And then last year, I watched the Netflix documentary or docuseries on Waco, and I kind of got floored. Like, I wish I had known back then what I just learned about it, but that was such a sad thing. 19 or 20. In 93. And I didn't know about, was it Ruby Ridge? I had no clue. I've never heard of that before until I watched that Netflix series. So, nice Demon Queen. Hello. So, but we are about at the edge or the end of our live time. I try to be respectful of everybody's time. Try not to do any marathon live, except for New Year's. I guess we did a marathon live, but we had fun, even though it was adult fun. You should watch the Seas of Ruby. Yeah, I do want to watch that one. And isn't there a third one? There's Ruby Ridge.
There's the Waco one.
And then there was a third one. Maybe someone here knows. Do you guys know of a third one? That was pretty big news. I can't remember.
Yeah, sure.
There was recently a Twitter thread that went viral yesterday, and it was a teenager that started it, and he all he did was throw out a question: people that are 30 and older, was your teenage years as chaotic as ours are now? And a lot of people were like, well, I was a teenager during 9/11, or I was a teenager during, like, for me, Waco was when I was 13. I'm trying to remember mid-90s. What did we have in the mid-90s that was chaotic?
Hell,
Columbine.
When Waco was going,
I was 19 when Columbine.
We didn't really hear much about it in Texarkana.
That's weird.
Like,
well, maybe like
3
the
to 4 hours
ATF
away.
And the government wanted to keep it. The
there wasn't
Oklahoma City bombing, I remember that in high school. Yeah, Columbine, I was 19.
Yeah.
Columbine shook me a little bit, though, because I had just graduated, and I knew people. I hung around with people like that. Like, I was, what did they call? We called ourselves something, where we would walk the halls, and some of them would wear trench coats, and I was wearing like Metallica and Slayer t-shirts. Like, that was me in high school, and I hung out with these kids. So that kind of shook me up a little bit. Bomber sees it. I uploaded a new snake release video this morning. Ooh, what kind of snake? Not that I want to touch snakes, but. So Ryan says they were 12 when Waco happened. So you were around my age then.
What was that, 93? Yeah, I was
93.
13.
Strawberry, where I live in Kentucky, my sister loves to watch Ruby Ridge. Everyone where I live in Kentucky always watch it. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Oklahoma City bombing was big. I tell you what, Kurt Cobain committing suicide when I was 16 was a big deal for me. But I was big into the grunge music era, so yeah, it was chaotic. We just didn't have social media.
Yeah, that I think is the difference.
You know, because social media gives everybody an outlet in the same tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just getting bombarded from all sides all the time.
With everything.
And like, my job is social media marketing. That's what I do all the time. So I'm constantly on it, which it does affect you emotionally when you have to be on every platform all the time. So I get hit a lot with some of these things where I'm like, oh my gosh, people. But we just didn't have that. Yeah. I mean, I got on, my first internet experience was in 1994, but it wasn't the news source. There was no social media then. There was just AOL chat rooms.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, I never watched
Princess
news.
Diana, yeah, that was when I was 16.
Yeah, I never watched news, so I never really heard about any of that.
Yeah, the only news I watched was to see if school was closed. So I could go back to sleep. Eastern brown snake, second most toxic venom of any land animal on the planet. Wow. Were you in high school when Princess Diana? Yeah, I was 16 when that happened. I remember Mom being very upset. And she was also cried a lot when the Oklahoma City bombing happened because of the children. Now, you have to keep in mind, when I was 18, I had a big tragic thing that happened right in the middle of all of that. Like, you had the Oklahoma City bombing, which I think was 96, right? And then 99 was Columbine. And then right smack in the middle of that, I had a cousin that was murdered in Alabama. And that was a very big deal because we were close. My cousin and I, we grew up, we went to school together. He had just moved to Alabama. He was a year older than me. And so, like, my teenage years were just crap. And then I got married right out of high school, and I moved to, because he was in the military, I moved to the naval base in Norfolk. So my whole life got flipped at that point in time.
Did I miss where Bomber Steve is from? It has to be Australia if he's
Bomber Steve, are you in Australia?
Because he kept saying the second dangerous snake, and I'm like, I got the top 10 are in Australia or something.
I think the top 10, everything that wants to kill you is in Australia. Yeah. Hurricane Andrew. Yeah, I do remember Andrew, sort of.
Australia.
I was raised Mennonite, so we didn't have TV. We got our news from the radio and the neighbor. Yeah. Yeah, Kurt Cobain, Selena. 9/11 was crazy since you were living in New Jersey. Lots of friends, had parents that worked in the towers. Ooh. Did you know anybody that got lost in the towers? I got a lot of calls from my internet friends that, because I was in Northern Maryland. So if you think like Pennsylvania, New York, and the Pentagon, like Northern Maryland was kind of in the center. I'm like, no, we didn't, like nothing. I didn't know anybody. I think my dad was working in Northern DC at the time, or like kind of close to it, but he didn't know anything about it until he got home. And so, yeah, no one you knew. Okay. I don't think I knew anybody either. High school had parents die. I was a kid when Princess Diana died, and I totally cried. Yeah. I cried during 9/11 all day long. I was glued to the television, bawling my eyes out all day. The first World Trade. You see, I don't remember that bombing. I remember hearing about it after the fact, but I don't remember the bombing. Like, what was that? Was that the Unabomber? The first bombing of the World Trade Center? I honestly don't think I remember much about that because I was in high school or just about to go to high school. Bendigo, Central Victoria, Australia. We have 6 of the top 10. I'd like to visit Australia, but
I like to know it virtually.
I think I'd like to go if Crocodile Dundee was there guiding me. All right. Like, I would love to, I would love to learn about Aborigine culture, but I know that it's very, like, private, and I'd like to be respectful and not really something for women. So I'll just be respectful and learn what I can from a book or something. Most people never see a snake in Australia. They are rarely encountered. Summer Games in Atlanta bombing. I don't remember that one at all either.
I think I do remember that.
I think this is actually the first I've heard of it. I must not have paid attention to the news when I was younger. As much as I thought I did. Anyway, a good snake is a dead snake. We have a nice little garden snake that comes and visits our garden every year. And we just kind of let him hang out. He can eat some stuff.
Yeah.
Remember that one, the backpack bomb. Oh, there's the Boston bomber too. That was fairly recent, right? The Boston Marathon bomb.
Yeah.
We watched that recently. That's on Netflix, I think. The one with Mark Wahlberg. That was crazy. It seems like it used to be every couple years there was something big, but it's starting to seem like every year there's just something that's messed up happening.
So, like, hold my beer.
Yeah, and it's all over the world. 2020 and I guess 2021 and now will go down in history. So
This still kills me with those memes.
what memes? But is it something you want to mention on the channel? Because we definitely don't want to get political.
It was where it was like, it's like the Darth Maul where he pops up, and they're like, "This is get out of control." No, there are 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
And they're like 2020 and 2021.
Yeah. The Boston Marathon bombing was the biggest for me. I was supposed to be there at Marathon Sports where the finish line was working for North Face at the time, and they carried our running apparel. I was going to go and bring my camera to take photos. Wow. Yeah, that hits a little close to home.
Yeah.
Bomber Seas says he's not a First Nation descent, but he's pretty informed. We should do a co-live and we could talk about it. Yeah, that would be awesome. I actually took a year of studying Cherokee language. So I do a lot of study on both the Lakota Sioux, and I've actually done sweats with a Lakota group that's here local. And I don't know any local Cherokee. I'd like to go down and visit Cherokee down in North Carolina just to see some of the cultural centers. There's a Native American cultural place down in DC we could go to, but we could definitely talk about it. That would be awesome. Oh, Sandy Hook. I forgot about that one. That was right after you and I got together.
Yeah.
I was still working at HSW when that happened. The Texas 7. Wait, what's that one?
I don't recall that one.
I tell you what, I have a lot of friends that are like this as well. I love watching the documentaries on the old murders, like
Unsolved
Changeling.
Mysteries.
Well, not just that, but like Changeling, the one with Angelina Jolie, where it
Oh,
kind of touched on the 𝙎𝙬𝙄, or not the 𝙎𝙬𝙄. No, this was the
Ed Gaines.
Wisconsin 𝙎𝙬𝙄s.
No, was it Higgins?
No, it
It's one where
was.
he had the kennel.
Yeah, that was a different guy. That was
Yeah.
the one that was in Changeling. But the guy that, well, he's the one that inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He inspired Psycho. A lot of the modern thrillers, the horror thrillers, were based off, was it 𝙎𝙬𝙄, and him
Was it Higgins?
murdering people and making furniture out of their skin and stuff. Take care, TJ.
Let's see this.
But I love watching that
Picture.
stuff, as
Yeah,
weird
Ed
as it is.
𝙎𝙬𝙄.
𝙎𝙬𝙄.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the one that had the.
I watched that one on Netflix right now. The gentleman in Colorado that killed his family, was that last year? They had a documentary on Netflix, but it's not a documentary. Well, I guess it kind of was. It's actual footage of like the police cams, them interviewing the guy that killed his wife and kids, and then the interviews where he was saying he didn't do it, and then so I guess it was a documentary. But I watched that the other day. That was recent. The guy that killed his wife and kids.
I remember you watched that.
And then said that they were kidnapped or something.
Yeah.
And then that was so sad too.
Didn't he have a mistress?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 7 offenders killed 2 COs, I think, and escaped and went to Colorado. I was in Colorado when that happened, not at the unit, but we looked down for 2 months. Broke out of death row in Huntsville, Texas. Oh, see, I didn't know about that one. Well, you guys saw, was it last month? They actually decoded another one of the Zodiac killers,
Yep.
or the final Zodiac killer message. Now, I don't know whether he's still alive, but there's no confirmation either way. But they were finally able to decode it. And I forget who decoded it. I don't know if it was like a computer program or somewhere or something. So that was kind of neat. And then they caught the Golden Gate killer through DNA testing. Of course, he was in like his 70s, but...
Yeah. Well, I think they're trying now with the DNA with the Zodiac.
As clever as he was, I doubt he ever bothered with DNA testing, or maybe a distant relative might have.
Well, I think because at the time that technology wasn't
Because this was like the 60s and 70s
Yeah.
or 70s, I think.
wasn't that good, so I don't think a lot of them cared.
They just had some crazies in Florida that were stealing hands out of grave sites. Like, why? The Las Vegas shooting, yes. That one still wigged me out because I was listening. Like, I'm not big into conspiracy theories, but I'm always willing to listen to them to see if there's some legitimacy behind them. And there were some weird ones about that one that made me uncomfortable. John B. Connolly Unit near Kennedy, Texas. Those stories of parents murdering their offspring gets me. I have such a hard time just hearing about it in the news. Can't watch those documentaries. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. We'll never understand what drives a parent. I actually watched the Fernandez documentary too, and that one was upsetting. What was the other one that was really upsetting that I was trying to get you to watch? Epstein.
Epstein.
I watched that.
I watched part of it. I didn't watch all of it.
And that was gross. I mean, it's just so many. This is the thing. Like, I get, like, everybody wants the world to be a better place. We should always strive for that. But then I'm always surprised at people that, like, they want to hide. This is just a personal opinion. Obviously, people are entitled to their own opinions, but they want to hide things like the Holocaust from teaching it to kids, or, you know, these other really graphic and horrible things. They don't want kids to know about it. And they don't want kids to know how to shoot a gun when they get old enough and responsible enough to shoot a gun. And for me, if I had kids, I want them to know these things. Because for me, I want them to be prepared. I don't want them to think that the world is a great and beautiful, kind place, because it's not. And I honestly don't think it ever will be. There's always going to be evil people in the world. So for me, I feel like you don't do any favors to your children if you don't teach them that there are evil people in the world. But that's just my opinion. I want my kids to know how to defend themselves. I want them to know to be a good person and help people, but to be cautious. I think it's a good idea to teach kids that.
I think there's a game that people do with the Florida Man, where you Google the Florida Man and your birthday,
Oh, I don't. Yeah, probably.
something like that, and you see what kind of Florida Man you'd be or something like that.
2 accused grave robbers have been arrested for stealing the heads of dead veterans from a Florida cemetery. Y'all drinking some weird stuff in Florida. Google Florida Man, see what shows up there. Many stories, just Florida Man do it.
That's when I think the first bath salts were hidden. Was in
I
Florida.
mean, those bath salt stories were awful. Those, like eating a guy's face off or something. I've never had the desire to do drugs, so I don't know. I can't relate to the impulse for that, but the bath salts just sound scary. Like, is that the one where it actually, your skin starts falling off?
Oh, I don't know. I know there was one called Crocodile. That's where they injected the gasoline mixture.
Gasoline?
It was a mixture of something with gasoline, and the gasoline is what made your skin look like a crocodile skin, which is why they called it crocodile.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
People get creative. Again, there's always going to be evil and dumb and stupid and all that. So anyway, we totally went off the rails with this conversation. I was trying to end the conversation to be respectful of y'all's time. So we're going to go ahead and end the live. And again, we're here every Sunday night at 9 p.m. We will have a video out tomorrow because I'm about to go cook it and film it now on making a homemade cheese ball. And it's delicious. So hopefully you guys will check it out. Prepper Tribe, sorry you came right at the end. We're about to end things. So thank you guys for attending and giving us a thumbs up. Would be awesome as a gift to me and to Donald, I guess.
They were at 30 thumbs up, 30 likes.
Nice. So we will we'll get the video out tomorrow. It'll probably come out, and then we will thank you, Bomber Steve, for stopping by. And then we're gonna try to keep working on putting out content. I'm gonna make Donald do his homework.
Yeah.
Get you guys some more knowledge. So we'll see you guys next week. Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace.
Wait, you gotta do it like that. Peace.